Okay, you waffle copter Paco Charmers, welcome back with the Tired Gamer to the Long Dark. It has been a few months since I last uploaded a game to the site here. I wanted to apologize for that. I might be doing it a little bit more regularly now. No promises, but some promises. Um, I've recently recently I've been really enjoying a book, and I'm looking forward to the movie of Ready Player One. And as a result, I've had some family, my mom specifically, who's wanted to get a little bit more involved with gaming, seeing as how she's also enjoying the book as well, and yeah, yeah, maybe looking into getting into some gaming herself. So I'm just gonna give her a kind of a brief series of The Long Dark, see how she feels about it, and maybe move into some other games like Astroneer or FTL or even Subnautica. Subnautica is a good one. It's nice and pretty, but it has some other aspects of it that are a little bit more jump scary. And maybe even play some games with her, and depending on how she feels about it, upload them to the channel here as well. Anyway, so let's get into it. Long Dark. It's a survival game. It's a very challenging survival game. We're going to go into survival mode instead of doing the story mode. We're going to go into new. Now with these 4 different modes here, in the past, you know, this would be like very easy, normal, hard. You can customize it now, and I haven't really played around with that too much, but I do have a few games that are in interloper mode. Here's one I'm about a week into it. Here's one I'm about 14 days into it. Here's one I'm just over 3 days into it. But for the most part, I like to stick on Stalker because I'm not quite great with a bow and arrow yet. I have to practice more with it, and it's nice to be able to get guns and some decent gear, whereas with Interloper, I don't know if you saw here, Loper 11, it took me 11 tries to get something mildly successful after a new update. So yeah, Pilgrim, it's just things are pretty easy. The first time I played it, I played Pilgrim, and I died in like the first day or two. So it is a challenging game at its base. I like Stalker though. I think Stalker is more fitting for my gameplay ability. If I feel challenging, I'll play some Interloper. But for now, let's just go with Stalker. It'll be a good way to show off the game. And let's jump into it. We're going to start at a random location. I could select like this new location, Mountain Town, or any of these other ones, but I'm going to start off with a random location, and I'm pretty familiar with most of the maps that I should be able to get around just fine. If I get lost, I might use some maps, but from online. But right now, this should be fine. Random location, male, female. You know what? Because my mom is wanting me to play. Okay, she's not. She just wants me she wants to be able to see what I normally play. So in her honor, because I would be playing this anyway, I'm going to take a female survivor. I might turn up the voice acting as well. So I usually have that turned off. So I get a couple of feats here. Feats are things that throughout the game, you earn them slowly, and you can activate them before playthroughs to make the game a little bit easier. So the free runner, I burn 25% fewer calories. Book smarts, when I research things, I get more benefit from researching. I still have to do cold fusion, efficient machine, fire master, and snow walker. This one's probably going to be the longest one to do, but we'll just get them bit by bit. Confirm that. We're going to name this one. I'm going to name this the Rally Aid, and my mom will know why. why I'm naming my game Rally-Aid. But no one else will. This is like an inside joke between me and my mom. None of you else watching gets to experience this. So, essentially, you were on a plane, it crashed because of some geomagnetic storm, and you're now trapped in the northern Canadian wilderness. Hopefully, it's not nighttime when we spawn in. It is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent that survives. It is the one that is most adaptable to change, Charles Darwin. Yeah, and of course it is dark as soon as I spawn in. You know what? Screw that. Where am I? Said Pleasant Valley. How's the temperature? It's very cold. Oh, we got this right here. I'm gonna pick up some sticks. Everything in this game you have to scavenge for. Like everything. So, you start off with some basic stuff. I'm leaving Pleasant Valley, but there's a cave system here, and the reason why I'm in the cave system is because it'll be a little bit warmer. I just found a wool scarf, so we'll be able to put that on and make things a little bit warmer. Let me, all I have are matches right now. I don't know if I want to really get into this cave system. Let me see about my abilities to light a fire. I need tinder. Okay. So to make tinder, you use it with a stick. And I just found a couple sticks. So I'm going to use a stick and make some tinder. So now if I take a look at... So I can make a fire, but I don't have anything else to put on the fire. I got a book. And book lasts for about 30 minutes, and this is going to take 1 hour to break down. So either go back out and find a bunch of sticks, come back in and break this down, or break this down now. Risk getting super cold. I might just have to do that. Okay, here we go. Okay, it took 4 hours to break that down. Let me see about making a fire now. I'm going to try using this book. 75% chance of success as it showed up there. I'm going to try to make a fire right now, because even though I'm not super cold, I want to explore this cave, and I need a torch to do that, and I need light for that. So I'm making a fire so I can take some torches and explore the cave. Now the cave, as I'm recalling, shouldn't have anything dangerous in it outside of drop-offs or ledges, but I should be able to see those ahead of time. So I'm going to add a little bit of wood here. I'm also going to use this time to make some water. This will take about 30 minutes in total to do 1 liter. Just so you know, down here, this is my temperature gauge. Let me show you this next one here. So this is temperature, this is my fatigue, this is my water level, and this is my hunger level. You're going to see hunger level be in really low and in the red for most of the time. That's intentional. So I'm going to add 1 more of these and take just a whole bunch of torches. So down here I can take a torch. So when I take a torch, I'm going to hold down the left mouse button. That's going to extinguish it. Take another torch. Extinguish it. Each torch that I do, it takes about 10 minutes off the life of the fire. So that one said 33 minutes before. Now it says 22 minutes. So I'll take this last torch. I'm going to use this to navigate around the tunnels here. And I might find some okay gear in here, and that's why I want to explore around. Here's a piece of coal. That's really nice. Coal makes fires burn hotter and for longer. So finding coal, like this one here, is going to be really nice for the times when I'm really low on... oh, that's really nice as well. When I'm really low on heat, and I'm really cold, and I just need to do something to get the warmth up. So I'm going to sprint through here a little bit. It's going to waste some extra calories. My hunger is going to go down faster. Same thing with my thirst and fatigue, but I need to do that because I don't have a lot of light left on every torch. I picked up some things there. I don't really want to go through it until after I've explored the cave here. Looks like we're getting really lucky with a whole bunch of coal drop. So as this torch gets lower and lower, I'm going to throw it on the ground and use one of the other torches that I picked up to light it off of this one. So I'm going to choose the left here. Wow, I'm just finding a whole bunch of coal. I'm getting really lucky there. Gosh, I don't want to get too filled up on coal. So the torch is starting to die, so I'm going to throw that down, pick out another torch, and I'm going to light a new torch based off the old one, and then keep going. There's a soda here, some scrap metal. Later on in the game, I should be able to make some things, and that's why I need some scrap metal. Here's some cloth. That's really good for mending gear. I don't think there's anything on the top of that. Gonna search through. I got some more matches. That's really nice. Newspaper. That's good for tinder. Ooh, that's gonna be great. A light shell that's not great for warmth, but it will provide me some additional wind protection. Got some work boots that didn't look like they were in too bad of condition. So I'm gonna keep sprinting through here to find whatever I can. Unfortunately, because it did start me off at night, there's not a whole lot I can show you in the UI, or at least in the view. So I have to wait for it to become daytime to show you some of the more fundamental parts of the game. Now, I could keep going left, but I want to see if this loops back around like I think it's going to. Torch is starting to die, so I'm going to throw it down. Grab another torch and light it. Okay, back in here. This is really nice. Got a first aid kit here. Maybe get lucky with something inside. Ooh, an energy bar. That's nice. This game is very much so a scavenging game. I have to look everywhere to make sure that I'm not missing anything. I have to crouch down, look under things. Look in both drawers of this toolbox here. Hopefully find something nice, some line, that's good. Might be able to make some fishing tackle later. Some more tinder there, so that's nice. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep in my mind where all the places that I've been and all the places I still need to go. I've picked up so much coal. I don't know if I'll be able to keep on doing this. I keep kind of stutter stepping when I'm running, because I'm trying not to sprint too hard, too fast, and end up in a bad place. Some accelerant, that's really nice. Accelerant makes it so that you can kind of have a guaranteed fire. Oh, sewing kit, that's really good. Getting a sewing kit means I can repair some of my clothing when it gets damaged. And if it's already damaged, then I can make it... I can improve the quality of it so it provides more warmth and such to me. Oh, I almost missed something. See that? He was hiding behind it, and if I hadn't checked, it would have just disappeared. Okay, so this is the end of the mine. There were a couple of routes back there I didn't check. So I'm going to throw this down. Was that a flare? Oh, I got a flare here. So I'm going to let that burn out. I'm not going to worry about it too much because I got this flare. Flares last for a very long time. And I want to keep the other torches because I got enough matches to light them off of. So it's still night. So it's right here. You can see the air temperature. It shows it's -5 degrees Celsius. The wind chill is at 0. But with the clothing that I have on and the warmth that it provides, it feels like -2 degrees Celsius. So I want this to be at 0 or 1. And that'll make the arrow on my temperature gauge be pointing up always. So if it gets to be -30 outside, I need to have enough gear on to make me feel like it offsets the -30, and that'll make it easier for exploration. But I found some stuff, so let me go through here and see, and I'll show you here. So we have -5 and we're at -2, and we're going to try to bring that up. So if I go here, we found this ragged light shell. So here it provides 0.3 Celsius increase. That's what the plus is. So if I wear this, I'm going to come back over here. Oh, it feels like -1. So it's still going down, but I need to get more warmth. So it's a ragged down vest. This provides 0.2. So if I wear that, that's probably not going to, yeah, it's not going to go up by very much. I'm going to wear these. It's going to go up by 0.3. Nope, nothing yet. Got some work boots here. Look at this. They go from 0.9 to 1.8 and from 0.4 wind chill to 0.9. So if I wear these, boom, see I'm at 0 here? Now the arrow is pointing up. And that's really good. So now in this cave, I'm not going to die of hypothermia. And that's really good. That's really nice. So we're going to take a look. So this is our we have this, I got a couple of hats here. We're going to wear one of these because it's better than this scarf that I had on. I have this wool scarf here, which is better than this hat, so we're going to keep that on. So this covers our head. We have 2 slots for our head. We have 4 slots for our torso. We get a coat, a jacket, a shirt, and kind of an undershirt sort of scenario. 1 slot for our hands. You can have 2 pairs of socks on, 1 pair of boots. You can have 2 undergarments, 2 pairs of pants, and then some accessories. And these are things like ear muffs and face wraps, but those are kind of rare to find. So if these don't ever get filled, I wouldn't be surprised. So this next tab, so this one just shows us where we're at. If we're sick or if we have hypothermia, it'll show us stuff here and how to cure it over here. It shows me how many calories I have currently. And that's going down as the day is progressing. This again is our inventory slots. This is our backpack. This is everything we have in our backpack right now. Right now we were filled 21.03 out of 30 kilograms in our weight. As we get tired, this 30 will drop, and if this number gets lower than this number, then I get tired very quickly and it's difficult to run. And if it gets too low, if this number becomes so much lower than this one, then it will I won't be able to walk at all. So I have to be kind of careful of that. But there are different tabs here. This is just everything that's in my backpack. This is everything that has to do with fire and fire starting. This is medicine, clothing, food and water, tools, and then pieces of tools, so things that you can use to craft into other things. So yeah, that's really nice. Looks like I do have a bedroll. That's nice, so I could lay it down right now and sleep if I wanted to. But I think where I wanted to go is actually I'm just gonna come out here for a quick second. I want to see what region this is, just to confirm where it is that I'm at. Coastal Highway. Ooh, that's actually really good. So of the regions to start off in, Pleasant Valley is okay, but not great. Reason why Pleasant Valley isn't great is because it usually has some of the more harsher conditions. It's usually meant for later in the game. So that area that I started off in before I came into the mine, I don't want to stay there for too long. Yeah, because it'll just be difficult to maintain in that for too long of a time period. Coastal Highway is a little bit nicer because it's a little bit more open, a little bit easier to see around in, and it tends to have some pretty decent starting gear to help it a little bit more in getting to Pleasant Valley later. So I have a bedroll here. I'm just going to say I want to sleep for a couple of hours. And that's going to increase the amount of fatigue I can take over time. It's going to reduce my water and food, because it takes water and food to sleep. So see how my water is getting low? I'm going to hold down the space bar, and that's going to bring up this awesome little menu wheel. Click on drink, and since I was able to boil up some water, I'm actually going to drink some of that right now. And that's going to increase my water, and that's really nice. So we can see here, it's almost daytime. If we go out here, it's going to be, the sun's going to be up. Not completely up, but it'll be early morning. There we go. Make it a little bit brighter. Nicer to see, so that's really nice. Ooh, we got 3 arrows down. I don't know if you see that for the cold. We got 3 arrows down. That's bad. That means it's really cold. Right now it feels like -17 outside. And that's not it's not ideal at all. Okay, I'm trying to, okay, I remember where I'm at right now. I have to be a little bit careful because in this area that I'm at, there's a bear that likes to walk around. And bears are fun and all to play with, but they have a tendency of killing you immediately. So, that's where some of this survival part of the game comes into play. So you're going to see me doing some weird stuff here, like walking up on the side of the banks here, and up onto these rocks and looking down instead of just walking in a straight line. Because if I don't scout around corners and I walk around a corner into a bear, then this is going to be a short video. Okay, I don't have a lot of time to scout because it is 3 arrows down for cold, which means I'm going to start developing hypothermia soon. So I'm going to run along here and try not to make too much sound because the animals are attracted off of movement, sound, sometimes scent. You can hear those birds cawing. Birds cawing means that there's a body nearby. It could be human, it could be animal, but it means that there's a body, and it sounds like there's a body up there. I don't really want to go up there. I'm just going to walk up this side here, because if there's a bear around this corner, I do not want to be... That's a deer, okay. Sorry, its head was down, and I just saw a mass, and I didn't want to approach this animal if it was a bear. So having a deer here makes for some interesting stuff. One, when the deer sees me, he's going to run away. If I could chase that deer ahead, that deer's going to do some scouting for me and let me know if there's a bear or a wolf or something. Now, he's going to let me know that because it will attack the deer and kill it. And I'll watch it, and then I'll run the opposite way. So, this opened up here, and there is a lookout right here that I am totally going to go up into and see what stuff I can scavenge. Because, yeah, it's really cold, and I need to get some sort of shelter, otherwise I'm going to die of exposure. So I'm going to run up these steps. And once the sun breaks through, you'll be able to use this and look out, and it'll be all pretty and stuff. I'm going to look along the ground here. Yep, she's starting to say that she's starting to feel numb. Open the door, go inside, close the door. How are we doing? Look at that. So it was -17 outside. We get in here, shut the door. Feels like 3. So now we're going up. Temperature, and get some condensed milk. There's a book here. It's that book that I just picked up. Right here, Wilderness Kitchen. So if I read this, if I research and read through it, it'll make it so that when I cook my the things that I'm eating, it'll give me some additional calories for cooking it. I'm going to pick up a mountaineering rope here. I think I'm going to be able to use that in getting down the mountain here. I got a knife. That's going to be great. Using a knife, you can cut open like animals faster. You can tear through things that you wouldn't be able to before. Rifle ammunition. That's really nice. I can't break down the chair. I think I can break down this bench. Can I? No. Okay. So the sun is still coming up. And okay. Oh, you see this? Ah, look. See, they're great at hiding things, so magnifying glass. Now, using the sun, I can try to start fires, which is really good. So I should check behind here. Okay, there's nothing. What I might do here, I might sleep for just 1 hour, and the reason why, this is going to help my temperature go up. fairly quickly. It's going to give me back some fatigue. Yeah, it's going to lower my food and water, but hopefully it getting later in the day will increase enough in the temperature and clarity that I can see and travel further for longer throughout the day. Okay, I didn't recover a lot there, but I did recover some of my heat. Right now it feels just like 2. Okay, how does the... Hasn't cleared up quite yet for fog, but I can't really waste too much of the day. But there is this, let me see here. At 27. Okay. So here's something we can do. We can deploy this mountaineering rope that we found up there in the cabin. Now I can use this to climb down. Ooh. I'm going to do that. Now, off to the right there, bottom right, see a hand and it's decreasing. That's important because if that gets all the way down, then I would fall off the rope. And that's not good. Okay, I'm going to run over here. I think there's a cave over here. Yeah, so I've played this game enough that I know where some things are at. Okay, there's nothing on that dead body. There are some feathers. I might pick those up. I can use feathers later to make arrows. And I'm getting this old man's beard here because I think with 3 of them I can make an antiseptic bandage. And right now, yeah, so she's saying that she's too cold and she needs warmth. Oh gosh, I think I know where I'm at, but I'm not 100% certain. If I'm right, there should be some little cabins right here. But I'm not 100% on that. Okay, yeah, here we are. Some little shacks, little cabins. So here's another body. Okay, got some more matches. And I have to be... Okay. I had to be a little careful right there because I have run into bears there before. And I didn't want to just jump out and surprise a bear. Okay, so there you can see our... I didn't... What the heck? Okay, I don't know why. She's in her underwear. I didn't notice that before. But now you can see it's starting to go up a little bit. She still has a hypothermia risk. But as long as I can get a little bit warmer, that'll be just fine. So I got some Pinnacle Peaches here. We got some grape soda, stack of papers that'll be great for Tinder. A search in the garbage can. Sometimes people will throw away entire granola bars. Some more papers for kindling or for Tinder. Search in this cabinet. Yeah, again, this is a big scavenging game. You have to be able to pick up just whatever you can. I'm going to break this down by hand for 15 minutes, primarily because it wastes time. And I can use the materials now to help repair some of my gear. So anything else in here I can use for... No? Okay. So I know that... let me see here. So this is a better hat that I just found. So what I'm going to do, the hat here, if you do the math on this, right, this is at 72% quality out of 100%. So when this is at 100%, this will give me a 1 Celsius increase and a 0.5 Celsius increase for the wind factor here. If I compare it with the scarf, if you multiply these values by 3-ish, this will come to about 0.5. This will be still 0. Compared to this one will be 1 and 0.5. So really the scarf and the hat are pretty identical. So with the other things, with the actions, I'm going to harvest the scarf, the linen scarf, not the wool scarf, and also my extra hats. I have 2 extra hats here. I really don't need them. So I'm going to harvest them, and when I harvest them, I get cloth. And using the cloth, I can use that cloth and repair other items that I have. So let me harvest that down, and I'll show you what I mean here. So I got this ragged light shell. It's at 31% quality right now, but I want this to be higher and I want this to be higher. So I'm gonna ask to repair this. And there's a chance that I might fail, like right there it failed. So I'm going to keep trying to repair it until it succeeds. Okay, boom. So it went from 31% up to 61%. So I'm going to repair this again. Boom, went up to 91%. So I've tripled the quality and therefore tripled the stats that it gives me. So now it's at 0.9%, whereas at 0.3. And here it was 0.9, and now it's at 2.7%. So I'm going to do the same thing with this ragged down vest here. I'm going to try and repair that. Okay, went up by 25%. Let me try again. Okay, one more time. I'm kind of pushing it for time here. Okay, boom, it's at 98% now. Was it 23%? Now, look at that, I'm getting a full degree on each of those. That's really nice. Boots are doing fine, so I'm not going to worry about those too much. But now I went from 1 degree to 3 degrees, and while it might not seem like a big deal, 1 degree here, 2 degrees there is a lot over time in this game. As a result, all that time that I took repairing all that, because it takes time to do that, I've gone up in my temperature, my core temperature. So I'm getting low on water, so I'm going to drink some more. Okay. So the next area I stop at for the night has to be a place that I can make a fire and boil out some water. There's a rabbit there. Okay, I tried hitting a rabbit with a rock. Reason for that is that if you hit it, it stuns it, you can pick it up, have a moment of, should I kill this rabbit or not? And then after you break its neck, you can skin it and get it for its meat, and you can use the hide later to make things like mittens or other such things. So even though I already have some good boots, I'm going to take some shoes because I can break them down for material. You see in the bottom right now I have a red guy that shows up. That means that I have more weight than my person would like to ideally have on them right now. So right here, this number is higher than this number. And this is because I'm fatigued, so it was 30, and now it's at 26. So I need to be able to rest soon. But I can't leave much of this behind because with this being a scavenging game, you really do have to pick up a lot of stuff that's really inconvenient for things that you need later. Okay, so I think there's nothing there, nothing there. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next cabin. So even though I'm overburdened, I'm moving a little bit slower. I'm burning a few more calories, but I need to do that. Okay, I'm looking both ways to make sure there isn't a bear that's going to come charging at me. Okay, I'm going to get really slow here. This accelerant there that I just picked up, that's really important. That makes it so I can have a guaranteed fire. Every now and then the wind will be too bad, or there's a chance that you will light a fire or won't light a fire, and if you need a spot where you can't just not have a fire, you can use that. So I'm going to change out my driving gloves there for some fleece mittens. That'll provide some extra warmth that I really need. Okay, gonna look under the beds. Nothing. There's some things you can't pick up, right? Like, I can try to break down the shelf, but I can't grab the cup that's up there. Okay, so I'm going to take off now, eh? Doesn't look like there's anything left in there for me to take. Okay, judging off based off where I am, pretty sure I just want to head straight down this hill here. Okay, it got really quiet. I heard the echo of my footprints and thought that it was a heavier foot than mine, which would have been meant bear. So, okay, coming down to the road here. The road is a bit of a dangerous place to be at in this part of the level because animals like to hang out there. So you can see right out there, straight out in front of me, there are 3 dots on the ice. Those are wolves. And wolves will attack you, or they'll start hunting you if they see you. So you'll hear them bark, and they'll start chasing after you. And if you look at them, they'll slow down, and they'll slowly approach you. And you can sometimes just walk away over time, but other times, like I'll get in this car here, and they'll just sit outside the car and wait for me. It's really not ideal. So I'm gonna open the hood of this car, and that's a signal to me that I've already checked the car. So later on, if I forget and try to wonder if I've looked in that car, seeing the hood is up or the bonnet will indicate to me that I've already looked into it, so I don't need to. Okay, and I keep looking over my shoulder because this game does have a lot to do with angles and perception, and so I want to make sure that wolf that was getting close to the shore didn't keep going or didn't change his direction and is now threatening me. So over here, I know that there's a town, and there are usually a couple wolves in the town itself. So being able to spot out where the wolves are currently at, being able to plan around their path of travel would be nice. I would like to get to that blue building, past the red car, straight down there. It has a fire barrel inside and a bed. It'll make it super nice for trying to survive this upcoming night. Since I'm currently overburdened, I would like to make that more or less my base. My home for the time being. Okay, I'm not seeing any you can hear wolves baying. Nice and eerie, especially with the fog rolling in. Oh, dog. Don't aggro on me. I mean, he's already aggroed. He's hunting me right now. I'm gonna try to get to the gas station here before he pounces. If you advance towards him, he'll attack. Cool. So he started charging me there. I got over to the door, and once you initiate action on the door, the dog will presume that you're inside, and then he gets afraid of the house and runs away. So, dodged a bullet there. So nothing in. Sometimes you can find cash in there, and cash burns. Here's a fire striker. See how that was wedged in there behind the box and the shelf? Fire strikers are nice because you can start fires with them, and they have a higher % chance of succeeding. As a result, I get some herbal tea here. That'll make it so that if I drink it, or if I mix it up and drink it, my fatigue will deplete slower. Peaches, tomato soup. There are some foods which will decrease my that will make my water level go down, and some that will make my water level go up. Tomato soup, Pinnacle peaches, those will make both of these go up, which is good. So even though I'm starving right now, I'm not too concerned about that. The reason for that is that you can starve the entire day, like really have red on your stomach the entire day. And a lot of sodas in there, that's really nice. Sodas give water and food, not a lot of food, but mostly water. The reason why you can have red stomach is that, yeah, you'll lose health throughout the day, but if you eat just before you go to sleep, you'll gain back all the health that you'd have lost, and you wouldn't have wasted all the calories throughout the day trying to keep your stomach from being red. So these are locked, open lockers. I can't open them without a pry bar. So I need to find a pry bar and open those up, because usually lockers with locks on them have some okay stuff in them. And here's the saving grace of the survival mode here: toilets. You can take toilet water, it's potable water, and this just provided me all the water that I'll need for about 2 days worth, which is really, really good. It means I don't have to boil up as much water, which means I won't have to light as many fires. And that means more resources for later that will allow me to survive longer. So it's all well and good. We got some flares here. Those are really nice. The wolves don't like flares. Sometimes if you throw a flare at them, they'll run away in fear. Other times you'll throw a flare at them and they'll just charge you and bite your knee off. Not super graphic. I'll probably get attacked by a wolf a few times throughout this series. Oh, I got a hook. Remember earlier how I got some line? I can now combine the hook and line and make a hook and line out of it. Look behind here, nothing. Anything on top? Nope. So let's do that now. So I got a hook. Line again. I can make some fishing tackle. So I'm going to craft out some fishing tackle right now. Boom. Now there are fishing huts throughout the maps, or throughout the different regions. I can now use the fishing tackle and catch fish, which is really cool. Some simple tools, and that's nice. Oh, a jerry can. Wow. A ton of fuel. That's awesome. Hacksaw. That is wonderful. There are different regions in the game where you can use a hacksaw to open up big containers, which will then provide you with some really awesome loot. So that's really fortunate. Found a flare shell. You can have a chance of finding a flare gun. Oh, another hacksaw and some more quality tools. I don't need 2 hacksaws, so I'll probably grab the better quality hacksaw and the better quality tools, and leave the others behind just because of how much they weigh. Okay, right now I'm moving fairly slow because of the amount of weight that I have on me. I'm just going to finish searching through all these. That's locked. And then I'm going to rest up. Lantern over a whetstone. I can use this whetstone to sharpen my knife and increase its quality. Got a lantern here. That's really nice. That means I don't have to use flares anymore. And that jerry can I got, I can fill up the lantern with the jerry can fuel, and then the lantern will last me much, much longer. Just keep going through all these. Only got about a dozen or so. Another sewing kit. That's really nice. Sewing kits lose quality over time, so even though I found one, I'm going to go through it. I know I am. And so having another one is really nice. So every now and then you can find like beef jerky or peanut butter in these, and those are things that are high in calories, and are great to eat right before going to bed. Okay, nothing there. Is this a letter? A note left behind? So if I read this. 2 more joined us today. Seems their houses, or their horse couldn't go any further. One of them's called Sean. He's from Ireland. Not quite home, but close enough. Apparently he came here for an acting career. Best thing though is that he's got a bag of fruit pastilles that he's going to share just with me. Yeah, probably for the best since everyone's so paranoid. The other idiots would probably think he was trying to poison them. Thought it'd be safer this far north, less people and all. Maybe I should leave. Okay. Yeah, let's take it. I don't think we can use it for kindling, but it's nice to have on you. As you can see, my eye down there is turning red. The arrow's still going down, so I still have a little bit of rest left, or a little bit of energy left before I become super fatigued. So even though I've searched everything in here, here's something I can do now. I'm going to open up this top filing cabinet. I'm going to go over to my fire tab. And you know all this coal that I have in here? I have so much coal. I got 31 pieces of coal. I'm going to transfer over all of them and then bring back like 2 pieces. And that's going to reduce the weight on me by 8.7 kilograms. It's a lot of weight. I'm going to do the same thing with the books here. I'm going to transfer over as many of the books as I can, which doesn't actually seem like it's all that many. Okay. Let me transfer over the cardboard matches. So because this is going to be my base, I want to transfer over all the stuff that I know I'm not going to need that I can leave here and come back later and get at my leisure. So let me put all of those. I got a lot of matches. Wow, I don't know why I have so many matches. I'm actually going to take out these newspapers to put in a couple more boxes of matches. Okay, so that filing cabinet's full right here, 9.66 out of 10. You can't really go into the red with that. So the next one now I'm going to put more fire stuff. Like 11 stacks of paper. Got kindling, I got some fuel. With this much kindling, I don't really need all of those, so I'll put all those in there. 13 books, absolutely. And perhaps that book, and I'll keep these 3 books, this piece of firewood, these 2 pieces of reclaimed wood, and these 2 pieces of coal. So just getting rid of some excess fire stuff, I've gone from like 43 down to 28 kilograms, which is a fair amount. So to help keep things organized, I got fire in the top 2. The next one down, let's put in these 2 pieces of scrap metal I don't need, these 2 feathers for now. I don't need both hacksaws, so I'm going to take the 90% one. I don't need both quality tools, so I'll put one of those in there. I don't need all 3 flares, I'll probably put 2 in there. Same thing with the flare shell, don't need all the sewing kits, so I'll put the lower quality ones in there. I probably don't even need the simple tools for now, so I'll put those in there as well. So you can only use these tools when you're at a workbench, so having them on me when I'm away from a workbench doesn't really make a lot of sense. I don't have a gun yet, so I'm going to put the rifle cleaning kit and all my ammunition in there. I'm going to fill this up, refuel my lantern right here so that it's full. And then I'm going to put all the rest of my fuel in here because I don't need to have it on my body. I'm actually going to put the quality tools over here as well because again I can't really use them quite yet. I'm going to put the whetstones. The knife quality, it's still rather high, 86%. It's not bad, so I'm going to put the whetstone over there to help save on some of that. Okay, in this bottom drawer, I'm probably going to put in some food. I've got 28% sardines. Probably just destroy those. Sardines have a high chance of giving you food poisoning, and I really want to avoid that. I got a lot of water here, and I'm probably going to drink a couple of these lower quality sodas before going to bed right now. So I'm going to put in the higher quality sodas. The Pinnacle Peaches, because they can last for a while. The condensed milk. And the dog food. And I'll eat this, drink these, maybe eat one of these, and the tomato soup. Okay. So put those in there. How am I doing for... I'll probably put some antibiotics in there as well. I don't need them all right now. I'll break some stuff down like these shoes and these gloves. And I'll have some extra materials. I know that'll also lighten my weight. And I'll show you why. So you can see now I'm moving faster because I've lightened the load. So if I go into here, I take a look at these shoes. These shoes, they currently weigh half a kilogram. If I break these down, I'm going to go from half a kilogram. Each of these pieces of leather is 0.1 kilogram. So I'll go from 0.5 down to 0.3, or to 0.2. So now I'm really tired because breaking these down does take time and energy. It's going to take an hour and a half, hour 15 minutes to break it down, so I'm going to do that. You can see my health going down a little bit here. Then gloves. I don't really save any weight on the gloves. Okay, but now, yeah, it went from like 19 something down to 18.4, so that's okay. So now I need to sleep right here, and it's warm enough, feels like 4, so I don't have to worry about that. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to drink the lowest quality sodas I have, 20% Summit Soda. Actually going to eat these sardines here. I'm going to drink 22% grape soda, so my water's going up and my hunger's going up. Or my fullness is going up. 34% Summit Soda. Okay, I'm not quite full on the water. There's still a little bit there. So I'm going to top it off with just some regular good old-fashioned toilet water. Okay, so right now I got 1,039 calories. I'm really exhausted, but I'm full on water. I'm full on temperature. So I'm going to sleep right now. And down here it shows how many calories I have. And for each hour, I'm going to burn 60 calories. So I'm going to sleep for 10 hours. Because in the past, I know that if I sleep for 10 hours, my water will be almost completely depleted. If I sleep for 11 hours, I'll actually start losing life because I'll be dehydrated. So I'm going to sleep for 10 hours. My health is going to come all the way back up to full. I'm not going to be all that very fatigued. I'll have to drink as soon as I wake up. See, water's down really low. I don't have to worry about the hunger too much, so I'm just going to do straight up water here. Okay. So my exhaustion, it's not topped off, but it's good enough. And right now what I can do is I can take some time and repair some of my things, like my socks here. I'm going to try to repair up my socks. Great. 86% now from like 23. Got 27% here on my thermals. Let's see if I can repair those up. Failed. Let's try again. As you do things like cooking and mending and shooting and fishing, you'll actually increase in skills so that you become more proficient in it over time. I don't know if you can hear that right now. Like the wind blowing, that means that there's a storm going on outside. So right now it may not be the best time to venture outside, especially with our kind of crummier gear. It's great for what we got, but for this early, but not good enough to be able to fare an entire storm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the episode right here. It's been a long beginning episode, and I apologize for that. Closing in on an hour here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the episode and start up a new one from here and show what I'm going to show, hopefully, in the next chapter, what I'm hoping to do. And getting through and past this storm. So thanks for watching. Mom, if you're watching, I love you, and I hope that this has been fun for you, seeing how I play games and what kind of games I play. Let me know if this is too boring or slow for you. I understand if it is. Without playing the game or really understanding what's going on in it, it can be a little difficult to enjoy. So let me know. I'll make another video, and I'll switch gears up if I have to. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.